We have others throughout Simcoe County and Muskoka. And first off, we'll start with our founder and chairperson, Bernadette Ramsey Copeland, to say a few words.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming on this lovely day. We're very glad that you're here. We've got a beautiful spot for this, so thank you so much. We really enjoyed the fact that you're here. First of all, there's so many people to thank for this day. We have the town of Collingwood, for allowing us to do this here. We've got police officers and our first responders, and we've got, our council members, and we've got just so many people who have just been so helpful to bring this here. And I would like to actually, before we get started, just bring up our council. So if our council could come forward and come on over. Katie and Susan and Suzanne, Barb, Lee, Michelle, who else is here? Scott, Sean. Oh, Sean. Come on, Sean. So this is your council. This is not all of us, but this is most of us. So these guys worked so hard to bring this event and work hard all year to bring other events of awareness to our committee. So thank you for that. And we just want to acknowledge, thank you for everyone. And I want to acknowledge as well that today might be triggering for you. There might be some difficulties that you might be having. So please, if you need to speak to someone, please come and speak to any one of us. We've got tags on. Please don't leave here distressed. If you do need to speak to someone, please feel free to come and speak to every one of us, okay? Thank you. So today, September 10th, is World Suicide Awareness and Prevention Day. It started in actually 2003 on the 10th of September by the International Association for Suicide Prevention. And it was acknowledged by the World Health Organization as well. It's been designated as a way of focusing attention on the problems of suicide worldwide. So our council, the Simcoe County Suicide Awareness Council, was started about 14 years ago with the idea of bringing awareness to our communities, to bring support for people who are grieving, and to provide support for people who are perhaps living with someone who's struggling with suicide. If you have had any thoughts about suicide, if you're caring for someone, please come and speak to one of us. We also have information on our tables back here as well. Today, we are, as a country, struggling with the devastating reality of suicide. In Canada, we lose about 12 people every day to suicide, which means about 42,000 people every year. That's 4,200 people every year. That's a lot of people across our country. Totally is a social issue that we need to be aware of. The numbers are astronomical when we add in the people who are struggling, the people who are survivors of suicide loss, the people who, deal with someone who's struggling. So the numbers just grow and grow and grow. It's like a ripple effect in a pond. So it's important that our communities become aware of the resources available. Perhaps a training like ASSIST or Safe Talk would be helpful to you. They go a long way to prevent suicide and give you the knowledge that you need. We are ever so grateful for the town of Collingwood as well for allowing us to come here today and support us in this endeavor. And I would like to welcome Councillor Cox.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm going to start reading of the land acknowledgement. For more than 15,000 years, the First Nations walked upon and cared for the lands we now call home. Anishinaabeg, Haudenosaunee, Ojibwe, and many others who were families, friends, and communities the way we are today. The town of Collingwood acknowledges the Lake Simcoe-Nottawasaga Treaty of 1818 and the relationship it establishes with the original inhabitants of Turtle Island. We acknowledge the reality of our shared history and the current contributions of Indigenous people within our community. We seek to continue empowering expressions of pride amongst all the diverse stakeholders. We seek to do better and continue to recognize, learn, and grow in friendship and community, nation to nation. As I said, good afternoon. Before I get started here, I just want to acknowledge with me today, we have Councillor Baines, Councillor Jeffries, Councillor Ring, and Councillor Perry, and again, I'm Councillor Potts. On behalf of the town of Collingwood, I'm here to welcome you all and extend our gratitude for the wonderful work the Simcoe County Suicide Awareness Council provides for suicide loss survivors throughout the county and within the town of Collingwood. We thank your organization for the gracious donation and dedication of a bench in our beautiful Sunset Point Park, and will be utilized by many young and old. Everyone can enjoy this space as an opportunity to reflect and regain peace. The loss of a loved one is painful, but it is important to know there are support organizations locally to help people that have suffered such significant loss by suicide. Just having someone who understands the unresolved mourning, difficulty in grieving, understanding of family dynamics, or dealing with guilt or anger can be critical in healing. This bench will provide awareness to our community that your organization exists, encourage them to reach out, as well as providing a place of solace for those who are struggling. Thank you on behalf of the town of Collingwood and our residents for your gracious donation and commitment to suicide loss survivors in our community and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Clyde Vivian to come up and say a few words. Clyde here? You're not here? Oh, okay. All right, and we'll move on. Dave Dubé from the OPPA, if you could come up and say a few words, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the Simcoe County Suicide Awareness Council for inviting me here today. It is an honor to be able to provide remarks on behalf of the Ontario Provincial Police Association President, John Charasolo, Board of Directors, our members, and our staff. Creating hope through actions is the theme for World Suicide Prevention Day 2023. The Simcoe County Suicide Awareness Council, along with everyone gathered here today, are truly creating hope through your actions. Today is time to remember all of those we have lost and reflect on our accomplishments, dedication to service, and community involvement. We should not let these tragic losses overshadow the incredible contributions made by the people in our lives who have died by suicide. Trauma is not limited to police, military, and first responders. I would like to acknowledge all of you and all of the surviving family members and friends. We know the pain never goes away. I wish to acknowledge all of our OPP, police officers, civilian members, and retirees who died by suicide. We know they did valuable and often heroic work. Much of that work led to them experiencing trauma, which is a contributing factor in their untimely deaths. But there's hope. A big part of that hope is the work of dedicated community members such as yourselves, peer support, and professionals who work tirelessly every day to help people in crisis. We are truly grateful for their service. Thank you to our members, OPP Provincial Katie Vickery, retired OPP Provincial Constable Sean Evans, and retired OPP Communicator Lee Matthew. Katie and Sean worked collaboratively on the construction and donation of the bench, as well as the donation of the engraving plaque, and Lee has been sharing her music with us here today. It is heartwarming to know that our members are contributing to the hope through their actions. I would like to remind all of our members that the OPP Association is proud of our Encompass Mental Health Program, launched in 2019. The program is a 24/7 mental health support to assist our members with maintaining their mental health by connecting our eligible members and their families to professional counselors. To date, the use of our program is in the thousands. Our OPP Healthy Workplace team also offers professional psychologists, clinicians, and peer support networks for our members that we are very grateful for. Together, the OPP Association, we want to break down the stigma and encourage our members to seek help. I would like to leave all of you with a bit of inspiration. we all can do our part by being kind, empathetic, and simply checking in on our colleagues, friends, and loved ones who may be experiencing mental health challenges. Please do not hesitate to make a call to let someone near and dear to you know that they are loved. We can all create hope through our actions, no matter how big or small. Thank you. Merci, you wish.
Thanks, Dave. Now, Braden Usher, we'd like to invite Braden to come up. And for some of you that don't know, he's got quite an amazing story. Braden biked across Canada to bring awareness to mental health, and we're really honored to have him here today.
Hello, everyone. So, what I would like to speak about today is the struggle to share personally. On a personal note, my struggle to share started when I was probably about 12 years old, with an understanding of a lack of understanding of what I was going through, with depression and with anxiety, to fears around me, to judgments, or to really dealing with what so many of us deal with on a daily basis, and the fear of sharing this, and the fear that other people wouldn't resonate. So this fear then brought me, in a time of my life, about 6 years ago, twice to the hospital with thoughts of suicide and concern for my health. And with a concern of suicide, I was then placed in care, and I received the tools to be able to navigate, and I was given tools to be able to get some help for my own depression. Through this journey now, just this summer, I've been able to bike 8,000 kilometers across Canada to raise, we're just under 50,000 now for Jack.org in Toronto. Woo! And then again, I was met with a challenge and a struggle to share. But this time around, my ability and the challenge to be vulnerable was really met with empathy, with love, and compassion from people all across Canada. From Tofino to St. John's, every time that I shared my story, every time that I chose to be vulnerable in a single conversation with somebody, that was matched with empathy and with a lot of resonance to struggle. Because more than I knew, and I think more than each of us know, so many of us struggle on a personal basis, whether that's themselves, a family member, a friend, and everybody has a story that they can resonate with. So the challenge that I faced and the challenge that I want to share is the struggle to share, the struggle to be vulnerable, and that when we can be vulnerable, then that is often matched, to our surprise, with more love and compassion that we know. And that is an example even today, the fear of sharing right now. And again, I think that's matched with compassion and seeing so much support in the community. And I could not be more happy again completing my race campaign across Canada, and so much support locally from the town. And yeah, thank you guys very much for having me and the ability to speak here.
So I'm going to sing a song that I wrote quite a few years ago after my cousin took his life by suicide, and then 3 weeks later my best friend's daughter took her life to suicide. I wrote this song just hoping that it would help them feel like there was people out there to talk to, people that know what they're feeling like. And I hope you enjoy it. It's called Turn Back the Hands of Time. A sunny day, but I can't feel the sun, flowers bright, but I can't smell the blooms. Children play, but I can't hear them laugh. I'm so empty since I lost you. If I could turn back the hands of time, I'd wrap my arms around you. I'd never let you go. If I could turn back the hands of time, I'd tell you that I love you more than you'll ever know. But I can't turn back the hands of time. Someday I pray that I will understand why you had to leave us that way. Signs I didn't see, the guilt that's haunting me. My heart weighs so heavy with this pain. If I could turn back the hands of time, I'd wrap my arms around you. I'd never let you go. If I could turn back the hands of time, I'd tell you that I love you more than you'll ever know. But I can't turn back the hands of time. Hold you just for one more day, to see you smile and kiss your face. But I know there's no way. If I could turn back the hands of time, but I can't turn back the hands of time. Thank you. So now I'd like to ask Bernadette and the council members, Dave, to come up with help with the unveiling of the bench.
So before we do that, I just want to acknowledge that that song that Lee just sang, Turn Back the Hands of Time. I cry every time I hear it. She has CDs on the table if you'd like to buy one or give us a donation. It is her music and it's beautiful. So you can listen to it anytime you want. All right, so any police officers or town council? Anybody up here? Okay. For those of you who want to take an end, take a seat. And this is now your, oh, first of all, before we go any further, I want to acknowledge Sean over there, Sean, who makes our bench. He's been so dedicated to make our bench every year, and it's just so beautiful. It's going to last forever. And Katie, over here in the burgundy, she supplies our plaque that we have. It's the same plaque that we have on all of ours. It says remembering always, because it is an active thing. So, I want to acknowledge first. Yes, firefighters, come on up. All our first responders. Paramedics, come on up. First responder, come on up. Thank you, yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3. Woo! So we are so thankful, the town of Collingwood, to have this bench here. This is a beautiful spot, and we hope that, you know, for the years to come, people will come and sit on this bench and just remember and just think, have good thoughts, look out in the beautiful water, beautiful space we've got here. So we just are so grateful for this. So this is now yours. Okay, group shot again.
Yeah, just there we go.
I
might knock it up. There's Braden. Thank you.
It is so beautiful. All right. So before we go any further, though, we do have Heather McIntyre, who's here to bless our bench and to talk to us a little bit about why this is important.
I was going to say, do you have enough hands? Do you want somebody to hold? I'm good. Okay. You need somebody to hold the mic for you?
So I want to start by saying Ani, Bonjour, Vashkikwem, Heather Indigenica, Georgina Island and Doji, Collingwood Ningo Daya, Aji Jacques Nindodam, Anishinaabe Kwayandao. Miigwech. And what I just said there was hello everyone. My name is Heather, that is my given name, but my indigenous name is Vashkikwem, which means she creates thunder. I have lived and called Collingwood my life for most of my life, for a good 45 years, but my roots come from Georgina Island. And so I walk two worlds. I'm both Western and I'm an Indigenous woman, and practicing Indigenous woman. And that's because, you know, I got asked to come and do this from a friend of a friend of a friend, and I'm very grateful and thankful, but I know now once I got here, and I'm going to try and keep my emotions at bay, why I'm here. So, I too have walked in this journey. I walk every day supporting people in this journey. I'm surrounded by all the elements, which is so important as an Indigenous woman, as a human hood. As a peoplehood. We talk about this being our lands, but this is all of our lands. This is all of our world. Nowhere ever in our teachings did it say that we were supposed to be divided, because we are all one. We speak to that in our medicine wheel with our medicine colors, with our teachings. And I do this work so that we can get back to that. So that we can know that this medicine that I'm sharing here today with each and every one of you is your medicine too. That water out there is Nibby. That's our medicine. These children over here playing, they are our medicine. They are our future generations. And these emotions that I'm picking up on and these tears are running because of all of that, they are ours too. You're allowed to have these emotions. This is part of being human. And so the fact that this bench is facing that water, and it is grounded and rooted in the grass where my kids played, where I would come in some of my deepest, darkest moments and sit here and say, why? How? How do I do it? You can come here and sit. I look out around this crowd here and I realize that I see a lot of familiar faces. And what I want everybody to realize in all of this is that we don't know what we don't know. And it's so important to just accept the people that are beside you if they have tears, if they're angry, whatever they're having. They're allowed to have that. Give them space. You've given them space here. So I'm going to light this sage medicine, and I'm using sage medicine because it's one of our sacred medicines that we use, one of our 4. And the sage medicine is about protection. And my hope and my intention here whenever I light this and lay this is that moving forward, whoever comes to sit at this bench, in whatever way or form or shape they are, that they are going to know that they are loved, that they are heard, that they are protected, and that they are wanted. And I'm not saying that whenever we lose people from suicide that they're not wanted. And I'm also telling you that in our teachings we walk this road from east to west. And we chose how we were going to be in this world. I chose everything I went through. Good, bad, and indifferent. Each of the loved ones or the peoples that we've lost, they chose that path. And I know it's hard for our human self to say, well, why? But what could I? What did I? What should I? But they did what they needed to do in their story. And we all come here with a story. It's hard to accept that. But if you can get to a point where you can just honorably sit here and say, God, I love their story whenever they're here. I love what they shared. I love what they gave. I love what they did. And I love them always and forever. And that they're always with you. And they are. They're blowing in the wind. They're speaking to you in song. They're speaking to you, to the people that are here today. It might be a subtle little thing that you hear, and that's your conversation with them, so don't forget that. So I like this sacred medicine with the intention of love, of honor, of peace, and of release, so that we can all do that. They can do that. We can do that. And this sacred area right here will be blessed. It will hold the intention of all the love that each and every one of you brought here today. I also brought with me tobacco. And for those who may not know, tobacco or sema is our medicine that we speak to creation about. When we are looking to lay down an intention to say a prayer and to be heard, just like when I came here and said, Ani bonjour mashkikwan heather indishnikov. That was me saying, hello creator, creation, I'm here. This is what I intend to do. Inside of this bundle that I have here with me is tobacco. I want to invite each and every one of you to come up and grab a pinch of that tobacco. And you can hold on to that tobacco and you can hold it, and we hold it in our left hand because it's closest to our heart and it's closest to Creator. And you can hold that tobacco and you can send a love message, an intention, what this space and all this hard work is done. And whenever you're ready, you can release it on the ground around. You can walk through the trees back there and release it back there. Or you could even go out to the water and let it go into that water. And that's that release of saying, I hear you, I see you, I feel you, I love you. So I hope that you will reach into that and lean into that. I'm also going to have this smudge. If you want to come up, you can come and go around that. But I will walk around the area after we're done here, and I'll just smudge and you'll light it again. What I would love to share with you, if it's okay, is I would love to share a song. In my Anishinaabe culture, we have a miigwech song. And miigwech means thank you. It means thank you for the love that you've given, the love that you give, and the love that I walk forward with every day. So I'm going to share that with you before I cleanse and clear and protect. And then I invite you to come, if you'd like to, find me. I'm going to stick around and we can have some tobacco. Okay? And again, miigwech, big chi miigwech. Thank you for this opportunity. Gemini-do, Gemini-do. Oh hey ah hey ah, 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 hey ah hey ah. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech ge Gemini-do. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech ge Gemini-do. Gemini-do, Gemini-do. Oh hey ah hey ah, 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 hey ah hey ah. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech ge Gemini-do. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech ge Gemini-do. Gemini-do, Gemini-do. Oh hey ah hey ah, 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 hey ah hey ah. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech ge Gemini-do. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech ge Gemini-do. Gemini-do, Gemini-do. Oh hey ah hey ah, 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 hey ah hey ah. Thanks everybody.
Remember I said there were signs?